Buenas tardes a todas. My name is Ana Marqués, and I am a doctoral candidate in the Department of Spanish and Portuguese at the University of California, Santa Bárbara. Before I begin, I would like to thank Ana Isabel Alegre for organizing this panel on such timely and relevant topics for our fields and also for our societies. Also, of course, for providing me with the opportunity to contribute to this space of discussion. In today's presentation, I will explore how the legacy of Afro-Peruvian poet, choreographer, activist, and scholar Victoria Santa Cruz Gamarra, 1922 to 2014, both resonates in and inspires literary and activist work of Afro-Spanish writer and digital content creator Desirée Bela-Lobedde. In her essay Ser Mujer Negra en España from 2018, Bela-Lobedde, born in Barcelona in 1978, explains that what prompted her to write that essay was a YouTube video posted in 2013 by a young African-American woman residing in Spain. Identified as Natasha7189, this person went on to explain what was it like to be a Black woman in present-day Spain. After watching the video, Bela-Lobedde, who was a blogger since 2011, came to the realization that she too had much to say about this particular experience. In her words, soy una mujer negra, vivo en España, es más, he nacido en España, tal vez pueda contar cuáles son mis vivencias igual que ha hecho ella. Starting with Bela-Lobedde's decision to contar cuáles son sus vivencias, I argue that Ser Mujer Negra en España relies on intersectional pedagogies to chart new paths that combat racism and expand Spanish feminisms to include Black women as a group that is central to the diversity of 21st century Spain and its feminist movements. Furthermore, she lays the foundations for an Afrofeminist tradition in Spain that integrates theoretical perspectives from African-American feminists such as Bell Hooks, Angela Davis, and Audre Lorde, while simultaneously reclaiming the legacy of Afro-Latina figures such as Victoria Santa Cruz Gamarra, especially drawing on the experiences depicted on her impressive poem Me Gritaron Negra. This piece, first written in 1940 and later adapted for performance in 1978, addresses structural racism, social discrimination, and the affirmation of Afro-descendant identity. Santa Cruz recounts how, as a child, she experienced the pain and rejection caused by racism when she first heard the word negra shouted at her as an insult. This word, always expressed in a demeaning tone towards her, deeply affected her, causing an initial period of self-denial. Me lacié el pelo, me empolvé la cara, all the aesthetic procedures that racialized women undergo to adapt their appearance to normative beauty standards. However, the poem transitions to a phase of empowerment where she embraces her blackness with pride and declares her identity with the powerful cry, Negra soy. In performance, Santa Cruz transformed her personal pain into a collective call for resistance and empowerment, drawing on the rhythms and intensity of Afro-Peruvian chants. Similarly, Bela-Lobedde's essay is structured chronologically into three sections: Primeros años, Juventud, and Edad adulta. The first two sections recount her experiences as a Black girl growing up in Vilanova i la Geltrú, a small Catalan town during the 1980s and the 1990s. In the subsection titled Negra, Bela-Lobedde explicitly and figuratively connects with Victoria Santa Cruz. She identifies one of the primary sources of discrimination against Black women in Spain, the imposition of a stigmatizing social category symbolized by the term negra, often used laden with contempt. Throughout her narrative, Bela-Lobedde frequently asserts her Spanish identity, correcting those who consciously or unconsciously treat her as a foreign due to her skin color. She writes, nací a finales de 1978 en Barcelona. Sí, soy española, aunque por el color de mi piel, muchos dirían Dicen que soy de cualquier otra parte. Bela-Lobedde reclaims her Spanishness while also redefining the derogatory terms associated with her blackness. Like Santa Cruz, she transformed the insult into a declaration of pride, identifying herself as a mujer negra española and Afroespañola. The final section of her essay, Edad Adulta, narrates her experiences as an Afro-feminist activist in Spain. Here, Bela-Lobedde integrates her personal journey with broader activism, engaging in what she calls aesthetic activism, her own term, she created it, and promoting self-care and self-acceptance among Afro-Spanish women. As with Santa Cruz's Me Gritaron Negra, Bela-Lobedde's work channels personal trauma into collective empowerment, raising awareness of the unique challenges faced by Afro-Spanish women and cultivating an Afro-feminist consciousness. The writings and activisms of Bela-Lobedde and other marginalized voices in Spain, Afro-Spanish, Gitanas, working class, or disabled women, have profoundly shaken the foundations of Spanish feminisms. As documented in Una nueva historia de los feminismos ibéricos from 2021, feminists and Afro-Spanish activists demand recognition of the processes of invisibilization they face and call for Spaniards to confront the racist and classist structures rooted in the country's colonial past. Bela-Lobedde remaps the history of Iberian feminisms, reclaiming her blackness, challenging structural racism, and forging an Afrofeminism that connects the experiences of Black women in Spain to broader tradition of resistance and self-affirmation. The Transatlantic dialect not only honors Santa Cruz's enduring legacy, but also positions Bela-Lobedde as one of present-day key figures in redefining feminist thought within the Iberian context. Thank you very much.